Hello everybody, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm going to run down very quickly what's happened in the month of October now that we're in November. Talk about some statistics, talk about kind of what's happening from a boots on the ground perspective. We also had some changes in the mortgage world here, and we're going to talk about how that's reflected into the market and kind of what to expect as we move forward. So first of all, I'm going to talk about the mortgage changes. So we've increased the $1 million price cap for insured mortgages to up to $1.5 million. So you can put, basically what you can do is you can put less than 20% down on a purchase. That's up to over $1 million, up to $1.5 million. So you can be more highly levered, which is going to allow mortgages to be more affordable for people. The other thing that they're doing is they're expanding the eligibility for 30-year mortgages for first-time home buyers and for new construction. So basically what they are trying to do is they're trying to, again, stimulate the market. There's a lot of pre-sales that are coming up right now, and people are having to try and get mortgages, and they're having trouble doing that. So they've allowed all these people to get 30-year amortizations, making their payments a little bit cheaper and thus more affordable, but also more highly levered and propping the housing prices up. Because if there's anything that we've learned over the past couple of years, it's that the government does not want housing prices to fall. So let's talk about the stats a little bit. Basically what we're seeing is we've seen about like 6 months or so of slowly decreasing prices. We're kind of coming back down to reality. And because we had, post-COVID, we had insane price growth in way too short of a time. And so now we're kind of evening out that line. We were above it, now we're kind of coming back down, and it is correcting itself, so to speak. If you kind of break it down a little bit and you look at, for instance, detached homes in North Vancouver on a 3-month basis. So if you bought a detached home in North Van 3 months ago and you look at it today, statistically speaking, it's going to be worth almost 7% less, which is quite interesting. I mean, that's a big jump, especially considering detached homes in North Vancouver. I think the average is about like $2.3 million. That's like over $140,000 difference, right? So, these are some things to keep in mind when you're purchasing and you go, I wonder when the right time to buy is. I wonder when the right time to pull the trigger is. It's like, well, when you have a 3-month difference of about 7% and you've been waiting, might be a good time. Save yourself $150K. So sales on a month-over-month basis, we saw a large increase. So there was a bit of a surge in the past month or so. We saw, month-over-month in North Vancouver, 60% increase in sales. In Vancouver, 44% increase in sales. But when you go month to month, we had a pretty bad month previously. So then now that we've, when you have a bad month and then you have a good month, it looks like a huge jump. But really, again, it's kind of evening out. There was a bit of pent-up demand there. There was a bit of a perfect storm. It was like the rates were coming down, prices were low, inventory was stacking up, and it was basically just a matter of time before we had this type of frenzy happening. We started to see, multiple offers, lots of places being scooped up. All of a sudden, there was all these showing requests for all of our listings, and we were able to move a lot of our listings that were sitting stagnant for a while. So inventory is still pretty high. So, when you have inventory sitting high like this, typically that means that prices will either stay stagnant or continue to decrease. Naturally, the market does slow down as we go into the later winter months. And, even with the changes that are coming into effect in the interest rates, if anything, we're going to see more sales happening earlier on in the early year, because typically it takes a couple months before things kind of tick up. But I think, with all these changes that are going to be happening in mid-December, it's going to stimulate the market early on. That's pretty much it. Those are kind of the main things I wanted to talk about. I don't like to ramble on for too long in these videos, but if you're thinking of buying or selling in North Vancouver or Vancouver, definitely give us a shout. We help tons of people every day. Happy to help you as well and kind of come up with a strategy for you. So feel free to reach out. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.